running back Jerick McKinnon for the Kansas City Chiefs. 7 receptions, 112 receiving yards, 6 rushes, and 22 yards on the ground. Jean-Luc, is Jerick McKinnon fact or flash?
At this point, I think he's fact, guys. He's got pretty good matchups going forward. Houston, Seattle, and then Denver again. Denver, which has been really tough for running backs. Like, he just destroyed them. 2 touchdowns. I don't expect that to happen again. I expect Denver to figure that out. Still, I mean, Houston, Seattle, decent.
So I think the player himself is fact. Like, he's good. The problem is that they've been using him in negative game scripts. They use him on pass downs, and they use Pacheco on rundowns. So if he's the guy that they use, like this week, they won 34-28. That was a game, right? So you got to lead into the pass a little bit. If they're just going to blow out the Texans and the Raiders and the Broncos and the Seahawks, then it might be more of a Pacheco game. That's a concern for me. But I still think the guy, just based on the pass work alone, is a fact. You just got to hope that they don't stop throwing. So I'm sticking with fact, but I'm just a little cautious about some of these matchups.
I do think he has been used in games whenever they've been up big on those third down plays. But Coop, I generally like that rule that you're saying is if it's not necessary for them to throw the ball, it adds a layer of risk for Jerick McKinnon's usage. He's not guaranteed. He's not a piece that's necessary in those kinds of wins because they're just going to keep pounding the ball. I believe you said they had the Texans coming up, JL, especially against the Texans, who are, we just read that stat that JJ pointed out. I know McKinnon's a running back, but they haven't had a top 12 wide receiver since week 1 against them because they're so abysmal against the run. Pacheco should feast against the Texans.
He's not had double-digit carries in the game all year, and can we bank on him? Like, if you think about how he scored this week, it was that weird underhand flick pass that he took for a 50-yard touchdown. It's like, can you bank on that type of stuff?
No, of course not. You can't expect 32 points every single week, but you can expect, I think, like these low-end RB2 numbers.
I feel pretty comfortable with his role. I think he's a fact. Jerick McKinnon's a fact for me. I was just looking at the top 12 running backs for this week in PPR, and this is my favorite kind of week when you look at these lists because the guys who are supposed to kill it, in that top 12, you've got Christian McCaffrey, you've got Austin Eckler, you've got Derrick Henry, you've got Josh Jacobs, Ezekiel Elliott, the usual suspects are there, but then you've also got Jerick McKinnon, you've got Tony Pollard, you've got Chuba Hubbard, J.K. Dobbins, Pierre Strong. It's a nice mix of, you could have gotten it done with some guys off the waiver wire, with some people that you drafted late, and you also got rewarded just for having the studs.